Welcome to the Paint Your Path Life and Career Planning video podcast, the College and Career Exploration Show. I'm your host, Onisha Cook, and my mission is to educate, inspire, and empower Black people all over the world to create and navigate their pathway to success. As a college and career guidance coach, I will provide a platform where you will learn from Black professionals about various career pathways to include qualifications, salary, job descriptions, and occupational outlook. I will also provide you with the tools and resources to get started. If you're ready to plan the next chapter of your life, develop a post-secondary plan, or even change careers, you are definitely in the right place. Now let's get into the show. Hey, welcome to this week's episode of Paint Your Path, the College and Career Exploration Show. This week I have the pleasure of having on our show the most beautiful woman, one of the most beautiful women I know. She is a creator. She's an innovator. She's an entrepreneur. She's a stylist. She wears many, many, many hats, and she's making big waves in the beauty industry. So I want to bring on to the show tonight Tia King to talk to you guys all about what it takes to get into the beauty industry. Hey, Tia.
Hey, Onisha, thank you so much. I mean, that was a great introduction. Thank you. I'm feeling like somebody.
Girl, you are somebody. You are somebody. You know how we do it.
That's right.
Down here.
That's real. It's real.
Yes. So I really appreciate you being on the show. It's been a long time coming. We've been talking about this for a while. It's been one of my dreams to just be able to provide a platform where people from all over the world can learn about different career occupations, learn about college options, learn from people who look like them, like you and me, so they can see, hey, if they do it, I can do it too, right?
That's right.
And so that's the whole purpose of this show, is to provide representation, because representation matters, representation for the people, right? And so again, thank you for being on the show tonight.
Of course, it's my honor and pleasure.
Yes. So let's get right on into it.
Let's go.
All right. So Tia, you are a stylist extraordinaire. You are into all things beauty, right? You are not only do you do that though, you wear many, many hats. So we want the people to hear about all of your talents and all the things that you do. Okay. Tonight. So don't hold back now. Let loose, girl. Let loose.
I will.
So to get started, just kind of tell us about, what it is that you do for a living. What's your bread and butter?
Well, I own and operate my own hair studio, Elite 82 Hair Studios. I'm going into my 7th year right now of having my own salon. It's my baby. I've been through everything with it, and it's really, really something that I'm really passionate about. Like, I love it. So yes, I own and operate my own hair studio. That's my bread and butter. That's what keeps the lights on right now.
Yes. Awesome. Elite 82 Hair Studio. Would you mind telling the people where it's located?
It's off of Folsom and La Riviera, 9315 La Riviera Drive, but I never take walk-ins. So, if you want to come in there, you want to go to the website, which is www.elite82hair.com. Because like I said, I just don't take walk-ins.
Right.
It's a one-woman show, so it's just me in there.
Yes. So tell us, what led you to get into this career pathway? How did you
I've been doing hair since I was a little girl. At 5 years old, I taught myself how to braid. I braided my brother's hair. He had really long hair at the time. And I may have just saw my mom do it, and I just picked up on it. Like, she never sat down and said, this is how you braid. I just saw her, and I just started braiding his hair at 5. And all throughout my life, I would do all my family's hair, cousins' hair for graduations and birthdays. And I always did my hair. And I also think it just came naturally. Like, my grandmother On my father's side, did hair. My auntie, which is my dad's sister, and my dad also knew how to do hair. So I think it was just something that is just genetically, passed down. So I've been doing hair just all my life. I never thought I would make a career out of it, though. That wasn't. I just didn't think it would come to that point, but it did. Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
what a blessing to be able to make a living, make money doing something that you're passionate about, doing something
Yeah.
that you love doing
It
something that
is.
you're just naturally talented at doing.
Yeah, it feels good. It feels good. I enjoy it. It's a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
Mm-hmm.
beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
Yes, it is. And so tell me something. What's the favorite part of your job? What's the
You
best
know,
about it?
I love people. So for me, I do hair, but I really my passion is women and people. I would say women more so. I'm a woman. I relate to women more. But the best part of my career is meeting people. Like you meet so many different people. You meet so many women from different walks of life. You get to connect with people from all across the world, from different parts of life. You get different perspectives. I do love that I I assist in making and enhancing one's beauty, but it's bigger than just hair. It's actually the relationships that I'm building with the women that I meet. That's the most rewarding part. I got like 1,000 best friends. Like one of my clients was like, "You're just like a girlfriend's girlfriend. Like everybody meets you, you're their girlfriend." So I would say I have 1,000 girlfriends. Best friends a little extreme, but you know, I meet so many great people. I love it. I love it. I love that. Yeah.
So would you say that being in the industry, being a stylist, you and also being a businesswoman such as yourself, you have to really enjoy working with people. You have to be a people person in order to be really good and connect with the clients that you serve.
Absolutely. I used to go get my hair done from a um, Caucasian woman, maybe about 10 years ago, and she was great. And I used to go to her house, and she grew my hair so long and beautiful. And I said to her, I said, Miss well, maybe I should say her name. I said, I want to do hair, and what will it take? She said, you have to love people. And I didn't understand. I'm like, I need to love making this money. That's what I'm thinking.
Right.
It's like, you really got to love people. And I was like, okay, I love people, whatever. But what does it really take? She was like, that's what it takes. And she was absolutely right. Like the money is going to come and you're going to have your highs and you're going to have your lows. And especially when you start a business, it's not going to just take off just making tens of $1,000s a month. But you have to love what you do and you have to love people, because that's what's going to keep you staying in business when you want to stop. Your love for your passion and your clients. And like if I stop doing hair, they gonna probably pop up to my house like,
yes.
Where you?
Yes.
So you have to love it. You have to love what you do, and you have to, above all, love the people. You have to have a heart for people, or it will show. It will show, and you'll get those type of people.
You know what? I have had some stylists that weren't people.
People persons.
Not a people person. And but they did a really good job doing hair. Mm-hmm. But you have to, I think, in order to be successful and keep your clients coming back, they have to feel engaged. They have to feel comfortable talking to you, because going to the salon is like, going to share some sugar. We share a little bit of tea too, but share some sugar, right? Especially at
absolutely
so positive and uplifting and empowering, and they come in and they get the full experience. And so you totally, you just gotta have a heart for it, and you gotta
you do
relate. You do. Yeah, to be successful.
Absolutely.
Because if that attitude is stink, no, nobody's gonna be coming back, right?
No, it's energy. Everything is energy. We feed off of each other's energy. When I do hair, I put good energy into their hair. It's all energy, and people feel that energy. I remember going to a salon when I was younger, and I just did not feel connected. She didn't talk really.
Mm-hmm.
I knew she was just doing my hair to get this money. And I'm gonna pay you, but you want to feel like the person like really does care.
Yeah.
And when you really care, it shows. So you really have to have a heart for it. That's why a lot of people don't stay, because they know that potential of what you can make being a stylist, and that's all they want.
Right.
And so they double book. They have, 3-4 people in the salon. I never double book. My client's time is their time. They don't ever have anybody else in there with them unless someone just came early and I'm like, well, you ain't really got to sit in the car and wait, but I don't double book. Their time is their time. Your appointment is your appointment. Because you want to feel like, I am experiencing more than just getting my hair done. I'm experiencing a good environment, a safe environment. A lot of people vent to me all the time. And you got to also be able to keep secrets. You can't go tell nobody's business, because I've had women tell me things that they haven't told anybody. I can't go repeat that. You got to be a really good person.
Right.
If you want to be successful in this business. It's deeper than just doing hair. It's so much deeper than that.
That's a really good tip, especially to those who are aspiring to be, hairstylists or to get into the industry. That is a really good tip. So tell me something. In addition to being able to keep information confidential, and that's a big one, I'm telling you. And also, just having a love for people, and also just having a knack for just wanting to do hair. What other special interests do you think that people should have if they want to be a stylist or a business owner, salon owner? I mean, what other interests? It involves chemicals. It involves, I'm talking about the high school student, right? The high school student who's thinking about, hey, I like to do hair. I like to get into the beauty industry. What would you say some other interests they should
I think it varies, because everyone, like, I decided not to be a jack of all trades and a master of none. So I knew what I was really good at. I had to find out, what is my niche? What am I really, really, really good at? And it is installing. That is my thing. I'm really good at it. No arrogance, but confidence. I know I'm really good at it. I like great at installs. So I didn't want to be, I didn't want to be a colorist. That wasn't really what interests me. But I love the blending of your natural hair with that weave. There's just something about that blend. It just does something to me, Right. I love curling it, and I love making my wigs look like it's your scalp. Like, I found out what I will color the weave, but coloring really wasn't my thing. I do secretly, people don't know this. I secretly love hair care. I secretly love washing and conditioning, blow drying and straightening that hair and clipping them in. I secretly love it. I don't tell everybody that, because I don't want to do a whole bunch of natural hair all day, because it's a lot of work, but I love it, love it, love it, love it. So you got to find out what you love. If you love coloring, you need to be specializing in chemistry, knowing that color wheel, knowing your formulas, knowing how to cancel out colors in different tones. If you love braiding, you might want to take classes. Like, you just got to know what you love and pursue courses that help you be great. I still take classes to this day. So I would say, find out what you're really good at and be honest with yourself. So I personally took a class on frontal wigs. I was good at it, but I was like, no, these look better. Let me take a class. I took a class from a young lady that goes between here and Sacramento. Shout out to Hair by Cherie. I'm sorry. I think it's Cherie. You know who I'm talking about. Anyway, it's you, girl. But she's a young lady. She does really good. I took a class from her. I spent a lot of money and took that class. And I said to myself, if I don't master these wigs within 6 months, I ain't doing them no more, because I was stepping into something new. I'm not going to waste all my time on something if I'm not going to do it. Well, I mastered them, and I'm creating my own course now. So find out what you love, and then always stay educated, always stay current. Like, I'm almost 40, but I'm not lost in the 90s. Like, you know what I mean? I'm current. Right. And you got to stay current. So I would just say, find your niche, find out what you're really good at, and be honest with yourself and get feedback from people. And then, pursue that.
So for that person who knows that they want to be a stylist, but they don't know what their niche is, will they be able to find that niche when they're pursuing their certification or license? Will they
You
will
know,
it
that's
cover a variety of topics and you get your training?
you'll know what you get the most like compliments on, what you get the most requests on. Like when I was in cosmetology school, I had other stylists doing things on people, but then the person be like, no, I want her to do it because she did a really good job. So you could think you're good at something, but if other people don't think you're good at it, that's going to be a problem. So you can know by, like, I still to this day watch hair videos on YouTube, like all the time. You're going to know what pulls you. And in cosmetology school, you're going to learn things that you don't know just by YouTube. So you'll find, but they don't teach weaves, they don't teach braiding, they don't teach that stuff in cosmetology school. So for our African American women, that's a part of our culture, braids, weaves. That's not taught. So you're gonna have to do some outside classes and then see. You're gonna know how you feel. Like, trust your energy, trust yourself. How do you feel? When I sew in, it's effortlessly. I never get tired of it. I don't even feel like I'm working. It's just what I love. I love this motion,
Yeah.
So you're gonna feel it. You're gonna know. But cosmetology school, you may find out you love coloring and you may find out you love cutting, but you're not gonna know if you love weaves or braids in cosmetology school. They're just not teaching that.
Oh, they're not teaching it.
No.
Okay, so
it's not a part of your state board. They don't care if you know how to braid or sew. They want to make sure you are following safety protocols and you're not burning anyone, you're not infecting anybody with lice or, they want to make sure that the health standards of the board, so sanitation, things like that. So yeah.
Okay, so for those who are interested in getting into this career pathway, would you recommend that they go to cosmetology school? If they want to do braids and weave, would you recommend that they still go to cosmetology?
I still would, even though you don't necessarily need a cosmetology license to braid or weave. But what people don't know is that if you're in a salon and you don't have your license, you can have a business license to do weaves and braids, but if they come and they see you with a flat iron, you're going to get a fine because you're not allowed to use that. So it's limiting you. Okay. I would still go. I went, even though what I do doesn't require a cosmetology license, but I do use a flat iron. I do use shears. So you need to have a license to use those things. So I would still go just to cover yourself. Like, I wouldn't try to take any shortcuts, just knock it out and you're going to feel freer. You don't want to feel constricted, like scared that state board is going to come in and fine you, because it will happen.
Right. So how did you tell us a little bit about your journey from the time you received your license to now becoming a really successful salon owner?
Well, there's a little bit of a backstory with it. I was working at a job. I was there about 6 years. It was a good job, took care of my children and stuff like that. I have 3 daughters, and I knew, again, I was doing my coworkers here at the job, stuff like that, doing weaves and braids and stuff. But I knew that when my daughters got to about teenage age, middle school, that I didn't want to be confined to a schedule. I didn't want them to know I worked from 8 to 5, because you get out at 3, that's 2 hours that you just got to yourself. 3 girls, we weren't having no babies popping out. So I knew I got to think of a way. I got to figure out how I could be available for my daughters in present and yet still make a living. And one day I was at my friend's house and her sister was a cosmetologist. It was around Thanksgiving. And she was like, yeah, my sister just made like $5,000 this week. And some just perked up in me like doing hair, like what? and something just said, you know what, you need to go to cosmetology school. So I stopped working. I let go of the job I was at for 6 years, almost 7 years. And I just went by faith and I was like, I'm going to cosmetology school. And I went and I finished. moved to Atlanta. So it was a journey. Moved to Atlanta. And then when I went to Atlanta, I saw women that looked like me. So representation is so important. I saw women who looked just like me with businesses just everywhere. So I was in Atlanta and I was like, I'm homesick. I'm gonna come back to Sacramento and do it. And I came back to Sacramento, and then within 1 year, I opened up my own salon. Yep, wow. Within a year. Yeah.
And you've been rocking ever since.
It's been going ever since.
Yes. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, you know, for the students and the people out there who, some people may be wanting to make a career change, you know, some people may just be, you know, getting ready to graduate from high school and decide that they don't want to go to college. They want to learn a career, learn a trade, learn a skill, and then go straight to work and start making money. And so there are programs locally that they can get involved in, right? I'm aware of some programs. I know the community college has cosmetology programs. I know that there's programs like Frederico's and Paul Mitchell and things like that. And there's also courses that stylists such as yourself who are designing so that people can get trained and go straight to work in the community. Absolutely. And I also know that there are community college programs where if anyone's interested in becoming like a nail tech or even a stylist, a cosmetologist, there's programs. I think there's like a 3-semester program. And I'm not sure how long your particular program was, but I know that some of them are like 3 semesters, which would be like 1.5 years. Is that pretty?
Yeah, you have to have a certain amount of hours in order to, you know, apply for your state board. But I went through like a private school. Okay. Which was great. I went to a school, it was called My Lee's. I know they have Mixed Institute too as well. It's like a Black owned cosmetology school. So I think that's great. But at the time they didn't have that available. So I went to My Lee's, and I went to My Lee's because they had a very high rate of their students passing state board. So I went there. I think it was 1,600 hours. I had my license almost 10 years ago. So I believe it was 1,600 hours. Anywhere from 16 to 1,800 hours. I'm sure 16 though. And I did it. Yeah, and you can do part-time. You know, some schools will work with you. You know, if you're working, it's going to take you longer if you work though, you know, because you need those hours. It's all about your hours. You got to get your hours. So yeah, there's definitely, there used to be though, back in the day, they used to have to where you could do cosmetology in high school.
Right.
They don't have it anymore.
We need to
they don't have that. We need to bring that back. And I need to petition for us to bring that back, because I think that is so amazing that you could have left high school with your license and start writing your career, you know, so yeah.
And I work with so many students who are interested in this career pathway.
Wow.
So many students. And so the schools do need to bring programs back. Like
we do. We need programs like that back again. Home ec, you know, all those things that we used to have. We had medical assisting classes when I was in high school. So yeah, there were a lot of programs that were, you know, helping students prepare, because college isn't for everybody. You know?
Right, absolutely. And one thing you mentioned that I just want to make a point of and elaborate on is that you said you went to your particular school because they had a high rate of students passing the state board exam. So that tells me that there was a lot of support for students while they were taking the classes in terms of preparation. That's key, because if you're paying your money to get the training, you want to make sure you're going to pass, right? And they have
you want to check their graduation rates. And they were the highest one that to me, that was affordable. Some schools are really, really, really overpriced, in my opinion. At that time, for me, now that I'm a business owner, I don't say, you know, that whatever someone chooses to charge, that's their choice. But for me, it was affordable. I got financial aid. I barely came out the pocket anything. I think I paid for my kit, and that was it. So it would work for me. I was a single mom with 3 children. Financial aid covered me. It was affordable. The hours were flexible because I had to pick up my kids from school, and they had a really high rate. So that was my situation, and it worked for me. So I didn't come out the pocket, but I think $500 for my kit, and that was it.
Wow.
And my teachers were really, really, really great. They were going to make sure you pass state board, because it's kind of what it's about when you're going to school.
It's all about passing that state board right at the end. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And I passed it on the first try, and a lot of their students did that.
How many chances do you typically get to pass the state?
I don't recall. Ooh, it's been so long. It's been 10 years since I've had my license, so I don't really recall.
Okay. Okay. That's fair.
Opening up a school is something that I want to do at some point, probably in the near future, Awesome. But I want to teach braids, weaves, things that natural hair care, stuff that we actually,
Yes. So we have a lot of people out there who want to learn. So tell me something before we get into your social media handles and letting people know how they can find you. Do you have any parting words to anyone who wants to get into this career pathway, who may be unsure about, whether or not they want to dive in? You have any parting words for them?
Yeah, I would say, one, make sure your intentions are pure. We all want to make money, but I'm going to tell you, in this business, you'll make it. That's easy. If you're good at what you do, word of mouth is going to go by, you're going to make money. But make sure that you actually, again, love people. Make sure you have good customer service skills. Make sure you're a pleasant person. Bad news travels fast. And so get under someone who knows what they're doing, who isn't trying to get anything from you, but just educate you. Like, get a mentor, get someone, a stylist that's been in the game, and they're going to teach you, how to be, because especially if you're a young stylist, you're going to need grooming. And also believe in yourself. Like, if anyone can do it, you can do it. There's no difference between you and another person. We're living, breathing, thinking beings. You can do it, so just really believe in yourself and know that you really, really can do it, because you can. Like, you just can. There's just no limit to you. So yeah, just make sure your intentions are pure. You are dealing with people. You're in their head. That's very sacred to women. And they're going to tell you their secrets. Make sure you can house that. And if you can't, just be quiet while you're doing their hair. Like, look, I'm not good with secrets. Just come on, but do your hair. I'm a nice person. Let me just braid you up real quick, But just make sure you're ready for it, because it's not just hair. It's so much deeper, so bigger than hair. Like, it's you start to become family with a lot of people, so it's bigger than hair.
Absolutely. One question I forgot to ask.
Yeah.
The money. All the people want to know, how much money can one potentially make as a stylist working for someone else, say renting a booth out of a salon, and or becoming their own, owning their own salon?
You can make hundreds, thousands, hundreds of thousands, and millions. It's all about what you put into it. I remember starting off when I moved back from Atlanta. I was doing hair out of my house. I was like, I just want to make $2,000 a month. I mean, that was my goal. And I was like, because my rent was only $9. I'm like, okay, I get my rent. That's all I want to make.
Right.
Trust me, you can. There is no limit. But you're gonna be tired. Now, keep in mind, you gotta work for that money.
Right.
And you don't just start off charging $500 a weave. Like, you gotta work. Let me tell you what I always tell my children, not tell anybody that want to do anything. You gotta be prepared to eat the crust first. You gotta eat the crust first. You gotta do the work. I started off with $82 installs. I did the work. But I was making good money. I would have $10,000 months, doing, but I was working. I'm doing 8 weaves a day, But yeah, there is no limit. When you're an entrepreneur and you have your own business, there's no limit on what you can make. You just have to know what you're doing, and you have to know business, and you got to learn. You gotta educate yourself. But yeah, there's no limit.
Absolutely. So there is no limit. The sky's the limit to all the paper and the cheese you can make in this industry. I mean, it's like a multi-billion-dollar industry.
Absolutely. It's about to be in the trillions. They're projecting it to be $1 trillion industry in the next, I think it was like by 2033 or something like that. Like this hair industry, because there's so many things you can do. You can sell hair, you can sell product, you can make your own wigs, you can, I mean, they're man weaves. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on and on.
How about I saw the little you can buy the baby hairs now. I saw that today. I said, what?
Oh goodness. I'm telling you, my point is it's vanity. So unfortunately, in vanity, there are no limits. People will not pay for certain things to look good.
Absolutely.
So there's no limit. You can do it. You can get it, but you gotta, the thing is a lot of people think it's just overnight success, and they see a lot of people on social media and they're given this false image of what they're doing, and you don't know a lot of backstories with people, so some people, they're going broke to look rich, so don't think you're going to just come in today and be rich tomorrow. Now, some people look up. And if you're one of those lucky ones, good for you. But the most of us, we have to do the work. You got to get your clients. You got to get out there, So, but you can definitely do it. It's definitely great business.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for dropping all the nuggets today.
Yes.
I'm quite sure that someone has been enlightened, encouraged, empowered to go out there and get their cosmetology license to get into the business. So tell the people, how can they get in touch with you if they're interested in booking you, if they are in the area? How can they find you on social media?
They can find me at Elite 82 Hair on Facebook and Instagram, ELITE 82 Hair, HAIR. You can DM me. My business contact is in my bio. And you could just, website again is www.elite82hair.com. You can book an appointment on there. Hit me up.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to go ahead and drop some links below to some resources, some places where you can go get some training for those of you who are interested in becoming cosmetologists, information about financial aid and all that good stuff.
That's okay? Good.
So thank you, Tia King, for joining us. Thank you for sharing all of your expertise with us and just dropping nuggets and dropping love. We really appreciate you being here tonight.
Absolutely. And thank you for having me on your platform. I'm so excited for where this is about to go and what you're doing, Nisha. You're doing it. I'm so proud. Proud.
Thank you. Of course, you are part of my inspiration. I do have to tell you that you're part of my inspiration. So we're just going to keep doing it. And hopefully somebody will be encouraged today. We're going to sign off. Thank you, everybody, for joining us on Paint Your Path, the College and Career Exploration Show. Bye.
Yes. Bye.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Paint Your Path, the College and Career Exploration Show. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. See you next time.